Hi everyone, we're back. You might remember us from such episodes of The Glass Table, like episode 59,
Like a day
58,
ago.
57, 56, 55. Nowhere near as 69 as Jesse Hogan kicked goals. Anyway, make sure you go check out the latest episode of The Glass Table.
Absolutely.
But we're going to pick today our All-Australian team for 2024, and I have my pristine co-host from The Glass Table in Mr. Jared Thomas.
Hello. I haven't gotten changed since yesterday. I'm still dressed in the same things. Anthony has strapped me
We
to this
haven't
chair.
slept.
Anthony has strapped me to this chair and told me that I wasn't allowed to go until I picked my All Australia teams.
You
Hi,
can
everybody.
stop waving now. You'd like to be strapped in the chair, wouldn't you? Anyway, um, it was just kicking off where we pretty much,
Straight into GT. Yeah, I know. I was going to say
yeah,
we haven't locked into normal YouTube brain. We're still locked into GT brain. So, sorry, everybody.
we're gonna pick our All-Australian team. This isn't gonna be in-depth analysis. If you want that, watch Fox Footy for 48 hours. For this is 10 minutes of high class face test. Wait, hang on, eye test face value. That's what I was going for. We're not gonna do any biasness. You know, you would have seen Jared's very intellectual argument about Rowan Marshall.
I can bring it here if we want, but we'll go for an extra
No,
$50.
I don't need to cry again. Um, but anyway, we're going to go straight into it. And let's pick our best. Is it 23 or 22?
He's 22. I don't think they put a sub in. 22.
Quinton Narkle would be the sub.
Do you think they should make the sub like an actual player that is the sub all the
No,
time?
God, no. That's terrible.
Luke Bruce.
It's like picking, it's like picking all Australian umpires.
Oh yeah, true. Gross.
Yeah, anyway. Anywho, let's get into it, huh?
Yes, let's do it. Full back line.
All right,
Everything.
so the full back line, we're going to pick our best three across the board. The names that we've been given for the backman for 2024: Harris Andrews, Dane Zorko, Jacob Wiedering, Jordan Clark, Luke Ryan, Max Holmes, Sam Collins, Lockie Whitfield, Massimo D'Ambrosio, even though he'd probably be playing on a
That's
wing,
strange.
James Sicily, Harry Sheasel, Dan Houston, Jack Sinclair, Nick Blakey, Dale, Jeremy McGovern. On face value, looking at that list of names, who would your three be?
Yeah, my back three, I think I guarantee, and the number one name I think we should definitely be putting there is Jacob Wiedering. I think he should be the fullback or in that back line. I think that's of those ones, that is the guarantee. There's obviously a few other names in there that you could fit into other areas. I'm sure Massimo D'Ambrosio is going to pull up later, depending on if we pick him, whatever. But I think Jacob Wiedering, face value, look of all of those guys, he's my number one. Put him in there, I think.
He sits in the back pocket because obviously he's our first pick.
Yeah, that's
Obviously, we
fine.
don't really care about the structure of this, but
That's fine.
he's the pick to pick two because I completely agree.
Yep.
Who would you go pick two?
Interesting. I think I want to go another key, probably. Um, I would say Jeremy McGovern would probably be my next pick. However, I'm open for discussion on if there is anyone else in there that you're interested in.
Harris Andrews.
Yeah, okay.
This is the thing. Do you want three keys? Because we're going to have a half
Yeah,
centre half back.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Okay, I'm willing to put Harris Andrews in there now, and we think about McGovern on the next line. I'm willing to allow that. I think is probably the way to go about it.
Or are we looking to go smaller? Because you could throw in Luke Ryan or James Sicily.
I reckon the next one we go a little bit smaller. I think I'm happy to go Harris Andrews this one. I think we lock that in.
Harris Andrews.
Then that's where I get interesting. I don't think Luke Ryan. I don't think he makes it.
Has Sicily
Um,
missed too much football, do you reckon?
makes the football. The name that jumps out at me is Dane Zorko. Really good this year. Been like sensational. Bailey Dale as well. Mm.
There's a back pocket in waiting in Nick Blakey.
That's what I'm saying as well. He's been very good too. And I feel like the Swans are going to be around across the board. Do we put in Blakey?
I like Blakey. The run, the carry,
Yeah,
that third tall option as well.
I'm happy to take Blakey in that one. Bang.
Beautiful. So back three so far: Wiedering, Andrews, Blakey. Now we've got the half back line, and we've got the fucking same Excuse
Same
the
guys.
French, by the way.
The same guys.
Same guys. So I'm straight up happy to go Dane Zorko on the halfback
See,
flank.
this is where I go. I don't know. I think Harry Sheezel probably has to be there, but does he go later?
You've got six genuine halfback flankers there that can only fit into two spots.
Yeah. I think Sheezel could be worth a spot on the bench, maybe. So I'm
That's what I
happy.
was thinking.
I'm happy for our two halfbacks to be Dane Zorko and Dan Houston.
Yeah, I agree with that. And you're going the tall as McGovern.
I think McGovern in the middle. Yeah. So I reckon you go Zorko, McGovern, and Houston. I think is the way to go.
Now everyone's sitting here right now going, "You two are bloody idiots," and I'm thinking, probably doesn't really matter. You're watching
I
it
like
anyway.
it. I get stuffed.
Jordan Clark, Luke Ryan, Max Holmes, Sam Collins, Lockie Whitfield, Massimo D'Ambrosio, James Sicily, Harry Sheezel, Jack Sinclair, Bailey Dale so far. Not with a spot, but I have a feeling Sheezel and Holmes could feature
That's what I'm
later
saying.
on.
Sheezel definitely. Holmes is my next sort of little pick. And then everyone else I'm happy to pretty much push to the side as unfortunate boys, but see you next year.
D'Ambrosio, I reckon, could feature on a. We'll have to find
Potentially.
out in the next line, won't we?
We'll see.
So the halfback line has been completed. Let's go into the centre.
Yes. Now,
Good God Almighty.
there's a lot of names here. Firstly, I think now I am all for putting wingers in this. However, I think we can only fit one winger, and I think it's Errol Gordon.
Can I read out the names first?
Yeah, that's fine.
Rocky Neal, Cam Rayner, Patrick Cripps, Nick Dacos, Zach Merritt, Andrew Brayshaw, Caleb Sarong, Hayden Young, Max Holmes, Noah Anderson, Massimo D'Ambrosio, Harry Sheezel, Zach Butters, Jason Horn-Francis, Jack Sinclair, Errol Goulden, Isaac Heaney, Chad Warner, Marcus Bontempelli, Adam Treloar. Now you're telling me the one wingman is Errol Goulden.
I think so.
Is Massimo D'Ambrosio going to be the fairy tale story that doesn't make it?
I don't think he's going to make it. I would love it. I would love it. However, I don't think. I
Is
just
he in your team though?
no, he's not in my team. There are just a few too many good midfielders this year, and I think he just gets pushed out. It's also what keeps him away from the bench. I just think there's too many good midfielders. I'm sorry, Massimo, but
Would your three be across? I'm throwing these names there right now. Goulden, Bont, Adam Treloar.
I would say Gordon and Bont, yes. I would say Caleb Sarong on the other wing.
Don't mind it because he can
Because
push
you can
up
at least
forward as
play
well.
him in a wing as well. And I think like if you were going to pick another one of those midfielders to play on the wing, even though it doesn't matter, I think Sarong could be that kind of player. So I would put
Max
Sarong.
Holmes as well.
Yeah, yeah. So I think Sarong's just been very good in that spot.
So I'm selecting Goulden. I'm putting the
Yep.
Bont.
Yep.
Would Zach Merritt possibly go on the wing?
I think Merritt could make it on the bench.
So Caleb Sarong.
He's been very, very good again. There's a lot of really good midfielders. I just think Sarong's just that little bit better. There's got to be some freer representation. I think he's the one to do it.
Hayden Young.
Yeah, he's had a good back half of the year too. There's just too many good names.
Oh, Sarong.
Yep. We'll lock that one.
Lock that in.
Bang.
Half forward. The list just keeps growing.
So many names.
Joe Danaher, Lockie Neal, Cam Rayner, Patrick Cripps, Charlie Curnow, Harry Mackay, Nick Dacos, Zach Merritt, Hayden Young, Jeremy Cameron, Tyson Stengel, Noah Anderson, Brent Daniels, Jesse Hogan, Dylan Moore, Harry Sheezel, Zach Butters, Jason Horn-Francis, Isaac Heaney, Chad Warner, Adam Treloar, Jamara Ugle-Hagan, Jake Waterman. That's the potentials to play up forward. It's the half forward line, which is basically two midfielders and centre half forward.
Midfielders in. I was going to say, however, in saying that, okay, actually no. No, you know what? I'm happy to put two midfielders into this spot because I will make my case for Dylan Moore later for a forward pocket because I believe he should be in this team, but I think you put him in the forward pocket. So I'm happy to go two midfielders and a centre forward in this one because I think that works out pretty well.
Is Brent Daniels a chance?
I think he's a chance. I think we're a little bit recency bias on him. I think he's been a lot better in the back of this year as he was in the start of it. So I'd say he misses out purely because I don't think he's done it the entire year. I think you have to put Heaney here. Heaney is definitely going to make it. I think Heaney goes on a half forward.
Okay, I'm happy with that. So we're just locking
Yep.
in Heaney.
Yep. Then we want to send half forward. Do you reckon?
Well, obviously,
Yeah.
can't put three
Okay.
midfielders.
I think the two tolls have to be Charlie and Hogan. Obviously, I think that's probably the best way of going about it.
So
Which
you're
one do you?
playing Charlie Kerno at centre half
I was
forward.
gonna say, which one do you want higher up the ground?
Charlie Kerno centre half forward,
Yep.
and at the other half, I've got two options in
Yep.
my mind:
Hmm.
Chad Warner and Zach Butters.
Yep. I think, I think Zach Butters.
I think Butters' year has been underrated in the situations where Port have
Very.
been under the pump,
Yeah.
and then when it's come to the fruition, he's been absolutely prolific in the last 6 weeks of the year.
Yep. I'm happy with that. I think Warner's fallen off a little bit. Had a really good start to the year. Has been good, but I just think Butters has just been that bit better. So I would go with Butters.
Butters,
Butters.
Heaney, Kerno, Butters at the half forward line.
People will be furious. Death to the small forwards, they say.
But Heaney plays forward.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Butters
I
kicks.
think Heaney has to fit in there no matter what. Like, that's just a given.
Geez, my case for Horn Francis would be very, very close. If you wanted to bring in the sub, I tell you what, full forward.
Dylan Moore, I think, has to be in there.
Dylan Moore, Jesse Hogan.
Dylan Moore and Jesse Hogan confirm. Lock those in.
You've got Danaher, Rayner, Mackay, Cameron, Stengel, Daniels, Horn Francis, Waterman.
I think it's unfair to have Horn Francis here, to be honest. I think it's
Is it
between.
Jeremy Cameron?
I was just about to say, I reckon it's between Jeremy Cameron and Brent Daniels.
Do we stick to our tallness where we had three tools down back and three tools up forward?
I'm happy to do it. The three-headed dragon up forward of Kerno, Hogan, and Cameron. I'm
How
pretty.
many how many goals did Cameron kick this year?
Well, he just kicked 9 in the last week. So he's pretty. He's around 50 odd.
Did he finish higher than Mackay?
Yes, I believe so.
Higher than Joe?
I don't think so. I don't know.
It's a toss of the coin, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's Jez or it's Daniels. We could literally toss a coin if we want.
I think it's Jez.
I'm happy. We'll take that. Put Jez in that.
I would love to see, and just before we get into the rucks and the bench, I would love to see the stories of Massimo D'Ambrosio and the stories of Brent Daniels, the likes, those types of players making it
Yeah.
ahead of a couple of people that are just getting there for namesake. I think the team that we've picked so far, the names that we have on there are all pretty much near locks. There will be a couple of positional changes or bench features, a couple we might get wrong. Be interesting to see.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think we're picking pretty realistically right now. And I just because we know what the AA team is like, they put a lot of midfielders in. And they, like, admittedly, there's been so many good midfielders this year. It's gonna be really hard to pick them around. So see how we go.
Rucks, followers to follow under the ruckman. It's got to be Tristan Cherry.
Ooh. Yeah, Sherry ever gone?
Yeah. You're telling me you've got a team like North who have featured, yes, featured in heavily losses. They've featured in quite close games, have actually made an improvement this year with a genuine ruckman who's dominated games, been prolific. My argument for Gorn, missed a couple of games. The D's have gone down, so you can question the actual influence
Yeah.
on his game and question whether or not has he done enough. I'm not disregarding Gorn's year, but I think the impact on the team season and where they stand has to be a feature of who becomes the ruckman.
Uh, I am willing to give Sherry if the next two behind him are then Paddy Cripps and Nick Dacos. I think that's guarantees.
There's no question about it.
Yep. That has to be the guarantee. Sherry, Paddy Cripps, and Dacos.
That I would have picked that anyway.
Yeah, I know it would have. I think Cripps and Dacos, the way I have it turning out, I have them pretty much tying for the Brownlow. So I think that's the guarantee of those two going to be in there.
Gee, that would set off a lot of Carlton and Collingwood fans, wouldn't it?
Goodness. Big
We got a Brownlow medalist. So did we. Oh my God, the Spider-Man meme.
Okay, Sherry, Cripps, and Dacos. I'm happy with that. That works.
Perfect. So, so these 26 blokes have to fit into 4 positions on the bench.
So many guys. Holy shit.
Danaher, Neil, Rayner, Mackay, Cameron, Merritt, Brayshaw, Clark, Ryan, Young, Holmes, Stengel, Anderson, Collins, Daniels, Whitfield, D'Ambrosio, Sisley, Gawn, Sheasel, Horn-Francis, Sinclair, Warner, Dale, Treloar, Waterman. There's 2 in there that I want in that have to be guarantees.
Okay, I have 2 as well. So what do you?
Adam Treloar and Chad Warner.
We have different 2s.
No!
I have Harry Sheasel and Zach Merritt. I think, okay, let's meet in the middle. Treloar, let's lock him in. Let's lock Treloar in now.
He has to get it, doesn't he?
Happy to do it. Happy to do it. Happy to lock Treloar in.
Is it the year of 2 rucks?
That's what I was thinking as well. I'm like, do they put Gawn in the on the bench?
But we're not. Are we? Yeah. Well, we said at the beginning, are we going to do what we think or what they think, combining the 2? So yeah, after we pick Treloar,
Yep.
obviously we've got Lockie Neal still sitting there. You've also got Zach Merritt, Chad Warner, Harry Sheasel, Max Holmes.
All right.
I thought Max Holmes was a lock about 5 weeks ago.
And now I don't think okay. I am willing to narrow it down to, so we've got 3 spots left. I'm willing to narrow it down to 5. In Neil.
How many midfielders are we putting in?
Probably all of them. If it's the way that I'm thinking this goes. The 5 that I'm willing to narrow it down to is Neil, Merritt, Sheasel, Warner, and Gawn.
I generally think on the night they're going to be sitting there going.
It's
literally, yeah, they've got no idea. But also, Warner versus Butters is probably their matchups. Looking at Neil is in the mix with Cripps and Dacos and Bont.
Yeah.
And Treloar.
And then it's the question of if they do 2 ruckman.
So is Treloar the pick now?
Of the names that I had, and you include Treloar in there, I think Neil probably has to be first, right?
All right, so Treloar's gone. Neil comes in.
All right, we'll take that. I still think Treloar has to be in there, though.
Treloar.
I'm happy to go Neil and then Treloar.
Essendon didn't make the 8.
But neither did North, but I thought she was so good.
Did miss the last couple of games. You can't have 4 midfielders on there.
But then
we can throw Warner in there as a half forward.
Yeah. I'm happy to go Warner.
I think he has to be in there, doesn't
he? Yeah. Yeah, he had too good of a start of the year, I think, to not be in there. So what does it come down to? It comes down to Merritt, Sheasel, a half a shout for Gawn.
Or Holmes.
Holmes is another half a shout.
Horn-Francis.
If there was a sub, maybe.
Horn-Francis. Your All-Australian captain will be Marcus Bontempelli
I'm happy to say that. Or Cripps.
or Cripps. So I'm putting Sheasley.
Yeah.
Merritt is the snub.
Yeah. I'll do it.
Oh,
Rough.
I hate that.
The bench is scary. The bench is so scary.
But you got to justify it. So you're picking a Merritt
Yeah.
over. Are you picking a Trelaw over Merritt? That's how I'm looking at it.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think you do. I think the Dogs have been too good. I think Trelaw's having a career best year. Merritt was very, very good. But again, like, it's also the impact you have on the team. You know, yeah.
Danaher, Rayner, Mackay, Cameron, Merritt, Brayshaw, Clark, Ryan, Young, Holmes, Stengel, Anderson, Collins, Daniels, Whitfield, D'Ambrosio, Sicily, Gorn, Horn Francis, Sinclair, Dale, Waterman.
There's a few names that
Hell of
are pretty filthy on it.
that is our second 22.
Hmm.
Please review your team. Across the full back line, we've selected Jacob Wiedering, Harris Andrews, Nick Blakey. Halfback, Dane Zorko, Jeremy McGovern, Dan Houston. The centre line is Errol Goulden, Marcus Bontempelli, Caleb Sarong. Half forward is Isaac Heaney, Charlie Curnow, Zach Butters. Full forward is Dylan Moore, Jesse Hogan, Jeremy Cameron. And across the centre in the main centre bounce, there will be Tristan Cherry, Patrick Cripps, Nick Dacos, and off the bench will be Lockie Neal, Adam Treloar, Chad Warner, Harry Sheasel. Hell of a team.
I like it. I really like it. I think we've made the right choices.
My only criticism is putting Wiedering at centre half forward. McGovern comes out, you throw in a Sheasel in the back pocket, and there's your other midfield spot. But we could be here for hours.
That's true. I didn't think about that. I think McGovern's still been really good.
But then again, you're like, oh, Sheasel's been in a shit team, but needs to be in it. McGovern's been in a shit team, has missed footy.
Too late to back out now.
Is it? I'm locking it in.
Yeah, I'm happy to lock it.
And submit.
Bang. It's tough. It's a tough year.
Download my team. Okay. While that downloads, that's all Australian team.
Yes. Thank you everybody for watching and joining us on this ride. This very emotional roller coaster of do we put Harry Shees on this team or not?
I will sit here and say this. This is our opinions, our views, face test. No, I keep getting that mixed up. Eye test, face value. That's all we picked it on. There's no logistical stats. It's what purely us as a fan have watched footy and have contemplated throughout the year. It's based on feel. Everyone has it. I'm not going to sit here and cop abuse for a player that didn't make it because simply it's my fault for not watching enough Essendon games, even though they were prime time every second week. It's just how we feel. I'm sure everyone has their own opinions. There's definitely not biasness towards Zach Butters being in there. Because if there was a full biasness on this, Horn Francis would have been first pick.
That's very true. Houston, Horn Francis and Butters would have been bang, bang, bang.
I'm happy.
I'm happy to. I think I'm good with it. The other one that I'm like iffy and missed out obviously is Merritt, but again, you can only fit 22 in. Is what it is.
That's what you do. You sit here as a predictor and you go into it. We've done it without looking at absolutely anything and come out with a team. And we'll compare this on Thursday night to see how we go.
Yep, I like it. Sounds fucking spectacular.
Thank you very much for watching, everyone. Watch the latest episode of The Glass Table. Subscribe to ThePear. And give it a like if you like this video.